Hey y'all, Rob here. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when future videos are out. And the topic of this video is the Ultraverse is never promoted again. It's not because they don't own the rights to the characters, Marvel. They do. Is under contract, which they cannot legally get around, which you know they would, okay? If they could. They can't get around the contract that when it comes to, let's say, merchandise or movies or TV series and stuff, you'll actually have to pay the creators a share. Again, I don't know what percent. You'll have to pay them. Let's say you make a movie. You have to pay the people who actually made the character. Wow, what a concept. You know, what a revolution. You mean to tell me the person who brought a character into existence wouldn't even be making money or millions of dollars on? You mean that person who actually created the property gets a percent share of the creation when you sell merchandise and movies and toys? And, oh, wow. Man, what a change, you know? Anyone think that something like that can happen? Oh, that's not right. I mean, a person only brought a character and a concept in a book and made it exist when there was nothing there before. And you, let's say as a publisher, made millions of dollars on it. But yeah, you don't want to give the creator of the actual property a percent share so that they could hopefully be financially compensated for it. We can't have that, can we? See? That's the only reason the Ultraverse isn't published right now, is because they have to pay a percent and they can't get around it to the actual creators of it. That's it. Tell you the truth. If they could get around legally these character contracts, if they could get around that and not pay the creators anything, you bet the Ultraverse will suddenly, a revolution. They'll pop up everywhere in the Marvel Universe, guaranteed. The only reason they're not published is contract. But again, if they could get around the contracts and owe the creators of the characters nothing, you bet those Ultraverse characters will suddenly appear at Marvel. Absolutely. Tells you the truth, doesn't it? That's the way it is. These greedy business people and corporations. And back then, in the Golden and Silver Age, you ask the creators, you watch the interviews, okay? Watch the videos. They didn't know superheroes would take off or be lasting and become icons in our culture or history. They thought it was like every other trend, like a Western or a romance or some monster books. That, okay, the characters are back, and then a couple of years it'll go away. I didn't think the industry will survive, everyone will tell you. And everyone will tell you, I was just working just to put food on the table. That was the reason. It wasn't because, I'm making fine art. It wasn't because I'm here to, let's say, make some great stuff. It was, okay, this is the work, and I got to put food on the table, so I'm making the book. That's the only reason. That's how most of the creators lived. That was what they did to survive. And in the process, which they didn't know, they were creating some history and some great characters. And fundamentally, this is why, again, Marvel and DC do not grow. Because where are the dozens and dozens of new characters a year? There's hardly any. And the ones that are created are just copies of a main hero, stealing their gimmick and also stealing their name. And then saying, it's a new character. No, it's not. Third-rate copy of an A-list character. I'm not even saying it's a second-rate copy. I'm saying they're all third-rate copies. They are. If you, let's say, are pretty good, you're still a third-rate copy. And you'll never be better than the original, no matter what activists might say otherwise. You will never be better than the original. Remember, when the Spider-Man Miles 2 game came out for the PlayStation, it sold 50% or more less than the Peter Parker Spider-Man 1 video game by Insomniac. That's the difference between an original great character with a 60-plus year history and a third-rate copy who stole his name, who stole his look, basically, and stole his powers, basically. And then you got Spider-Gwen, a female copy, third rate, of Wonder Woman, the Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Superman, Batman. None of these characters matter in the long run. And even if they do, they're just a cheap imitation. Marvel and DC don't get new characters because you'd have to owe some portion of the rights or money to the creator of the character. Probably not like the Ultraverse contract, but you still have to owe something. And in today's world, why are you going to give Marvel or DC your best ideas when you could be like The Walking Dead? You could publish an Image, or you could own it, and then take your chances in Hollywood. That's what Mark Miller did. Once he got famous at Marvel, he put all his characters in his own brand, and then he sold all of these movie deals. The only thing I didn't like about Mark Miller is, to me, he was never genuine making the comics because they were comics. He was making these comics so he could pitch a movie deal. And there's a difference to me when you're saying, okay, I want to make a comic book just because it's a comic book. And if there's a deal made later, so be it. But no, his goal was, I'm just going to make a comic so I can use it to pitch a movie. So to me, it wasn't like a place of being truly genuine. But it was successful, and you can't argue with that he made his money that way. And others, should just copy it, in terms of being independent. Just own it. So, this talk was a bit all over, I know, but it was a good talk. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, my friends. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll talk to you later.